I think it's been so prevalent on our campus too, and I think just talking to everybody, it's on all the campuses, and just getting different ideas and ways to get our student athletes to interact more so and be able to communicate. And I think even looking at our coaches, there's some people that have been coached a certain way their whole time, and students change, people change, and you've got to be able to adapt. And I think the educational aspect of it, and the more we learn and the more we do, is really going to be helpful for everybody at the end of the day.
Absolutely. Our campus is no different than any other. Mental health of our students, particularly post-COVID, is a huge priority for us. As an institution, we've beefed up our counseling services. It was a hot topic at the Northeast Conference discussion, even amongst the presidents. And we were happy to support an initiative whereby excess funds in the form of a grant would be distributed to the member institutions, and those funds would be specifically designated for mental health related issues. So, I'm just so pleased that the conference was willing to put its money where its mouth is and support these initiatives. And as a president, I was very happy to vote yes for that, because, being a president of a small school, we can see how grant funds like that will directly help our students, who really are in need of some assistance in that area right now. So kudos to the conference and its leadership.
Anything else that you want to talk about?
Oh, sure. I mean, I have a son. He's 18. He's going to college next year. And so when you talk about student athletes and you talk about that group of individuals, 18 to 22-year-olds, and what's going on in our nation, what's going on in our states, that topic of mental health, how do we manage what it is that's affecting them on a day-to-day basis? How do we give them the tools? How do we give them the resources? How do we give our coaches the resources and the tools to help their student athletes? And how do we as staff members give ourselves the tools and also make sure that we're mindful of taking care of ourselves, taking care of the coaches, taking care of themselves, providing that space for the student athlete so that they know where they can go to for the assistance. And you want to make sure that we're a safe space. We want to be that safe space for our student athletes within our staff. We want someone to be able to go to Tom, go to Molly, go to myself, go to their coach, and know that they're going to come to us with whatever their situation might be for that particular day. Maybe it's just a bad grade that particular day. How do we help them manage to get through to the next day or the next practice or the next exam? And so I think that's something that we're all still working on, but it's a high priority for us. And we care about our student athletes. We want them to succeed. That's why we're in this business. We're here because of them.
Yes, mental health has been, nationally, it's a big concern and an issue that everybody's talking about, not just in college athletics, but certainly in college athletics. There's been some high-profile suicides in the last couple of months that really has called attention on a more grander scale as to what are we doing to support our student athletes. And the NEC had already determined that next year our NEC speaker would focus on mental health. And so that is a commitment that the NEC had already made. And then in addition, we are going to be providing our schools with some grant money to support campus-driven initiatives to help support their student athletes and the mental well-being. And we're going to give the campuses some discretion on how to utilize that money, because each campus might have different needs. They might have already resources on campus, and maybe there's opportunities to enhance in one area for one school and another for a school down the street. So we're really excited about the support that we are giving our institutions, not only from a monetary standpoint, but from a programming standpoint with our NEC Speakers Bureau and the commitment to bring a speaker to each campus. So we're hearing the same messaging and we can get feedback collectively from that speaker as to where she feels that we can enhance from a conference perspective.